Hey, what's up guys? You know what it is. Two little ducks, they go quack quack. It's edition 22 of ÜWatt. As always, I am Jace and I am joined by my co-host, my partner in crime, the left to my right, Squeaky Door Cat coming in the room. What's up, Squeak? How are you, mate?
I'm good, man. I kind of didn't know where you was going with the little ducks thing, like yeah, but and then it clicked. I got it. Yeah.
Hashtag 22. Do you think your internet's going to be able to manage this this edition of ÜWatt?
I have no idea. My internet has been terrible lately. Like,
so yeah, it's been a bit bad. So the plan is, if Squeak does cut out, I'm pretty much going to run through the headlines, but I'm hoping to get your input before we lose you. So, I mean, without further ado, tell us about your week. What have you been playing, mate?
Borderlands was working, so I've been better in that before the Division comes out. Me and Beans have been running through it on
Yeah, because I think I got to like level 7 or... No, I think I might got to like 14 with you guys, actually. We got quite far, like, level-wise, I felt.
You've been left behind, friend.
Well, no, I know that now. Obviously, like, you know, assignments due and that, so...
Level 50.
I've had to take a back seat on my gaming, but I felt like when we played on that, it must have been like a whole week ago, but when we played, I felt like on that one day, I thought we were hardly going to get anywhere, but I felt like we did quite a lot.
Yeah. The thing is, it's one of those things where, like, originally I wasn't going to get it, because it was a bit like, but it's fun. Borderlands is fun. I actually enjoy it.
I love your descriptive terms. It was a bit,
Yeah, because that everyone understands the noises, because it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, I mean, everybody makes noises. No, when something's a bit,
or a bit meh.
Yeah, but you don't really make the meh noise. You don't really go meh, do you? You go
Cool. Have you done any of the searching and trying to find any of the Easter eggs in Borderlands at all? Because they've got quite a few references in there, haven't they? Did you find the secret Minecraft area?
I've seen it before, but no, because it's that thing of, like, Beans was like, oh, we'll run through, like, all the main story. So I've run through the story, like, twice now. Like...
So what happens when you run through? Do you just get more XP?
More XP, just more difficult enemies and things like that, and higher, better weapons. But she was like, the Division's out on Tuesday, so I'm going to lose you to that sort of thing. Like...
Do you know what? I've completely lost track of time. Is it actually out on Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Oh, see, this always happens. I feel like the calendar for my uni work just coincides with, like, main events in life. So obviously there was the Fallout catastrophe a few months back. And then, you know, the Division's out on the day that I've got an assignment due. And then I have one the following Tuesday. Here's the thing that's a kick in the teeth. Obviously, in, like, the end of April, we're going away for my stag do. Whoop, whoop. But I've got a assignment due the Tuesday after, so I'm going to have to get all my stuff done a week early just so I can go on the stag.
Yeah, that's a bit...
Oh, what is going on with my life?
Yeah.
So this isn't game related. We're going to move on. So one of the things that have come up a few times is we've been talking about the future of gaming and how there's a lot of mention on, like, virtual reality stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the devs that has made a game, I think it's called Adr1ft, I think it's called. Like Adr1ft, because they're cool. But they've been saying that it's looking like with virtual reality there's going to be less violent games.
Why?
Just because in the sense of they're not going to not make violent games, but just the way that VR works, it works really well with, like, simulation type things. So, you know, like the roller coaster.
Like yeah.
So it's one of those things, obviously, adding in shooting and the mechanics of that, it can be done. But I think that what they're saying is they're going to make more things are going to be visually beautiful for you to have an experience, as opposed to making the hardcore gaming, you know, type deals, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, because I've been seeing a few things, and, you know, I'm just trying to think. There was one, what was it called? There was one that was like it was like a really cool roller coaster, but, like, it took you through, like, all of these different, like, zones. So you'd be, like, underwater one minute, and then like then next thing you're like above the clouds, like looking, there's like the cliche of like a V of ducks like flying alongside, but it just looks really cool. And I can imagine if you had the headset on, just how mad that would look, like actually turning your head and feeling like you are above the clouds, like pretty.
Do you think we'll have any like total recall moments? Like I know they was implanting memories in their brain and stuff, but do you reckon anyone will go like crazy off that shit?
But I think I guess that might even be one of the worries, because you know they say about being immersed in video games and going all those years back and blaming Manhunt for stuff. Like imagine if you were playing imagine if you're playing Outlast on Oculus Rift.
Yeah. The thing is as well, it's one of those things like it's in games, it's not really you doing it, is it? It's the character.
Yeah.
Like,
but I guess when you put your headset on, it's you actually walking around and looking around. It becomes a different ball game. You just end up like you're playing, I don't know, Fight Night 2017, and you end up like knocking the shit out of your mum.
wow.
Just because you're in the zone. You know what I mean? You're going toe to toe with the legend Sugar Ray Leonard, and just like, oh, your mum walks in. What do you want for tea, Si? Boom! Haymaker.
Wait.
Have that for tea, Mo. Have that for tea.
Slow down. Wait. What? I have so many issues with what's just happened. What's my mum sound like?
Do you know what? I went rogue on that one. It wasn't my best. In fairness, I've never heard her speak, so I just went with what felt natural.
That sounded like, get out of my car.
My mum's car. See, now you're going to have to find that clip.
No, I won't. I won't have to find that clip.
Boom, boom.
Oh, I hate that thing. It's so dumb. It's not even funny. Stop.
Do you know, it's just, yeah, no. I'm just laughing at the bad impression of your mum.
Yeah, that was a terrible impression.
So a lot of information's been coming out about, obviously, it was Pokemon's birthday a few weeks ago. We mentioned that in last week's show. But there's been stuff released on the new project they've got, Pokemon Sun and Moon. One of the things that's been a bit of a buzz is because it's the 7th generation of Pokemon. So they're going to have like a whole new... So at the moment we're at like 700. So I guess we're going to end up on something stupid like 800, 900.
The funny thing is, Pokemon is like one of those things where like it can't really die. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Tap Dancing Dog. It's one of those things as well where they've released the red, yellow. Did they do red, yellow, and green, red, yellow, and blue? Can't remember what they chose to do with the 3DS store. But they've said that with this one, you'll be able to save your Generation 1 Pokemon. They have this thing called, what's it called? Pokemon Bank or something similar that you use in the Nintendo store, and you can store your Pokemon in there and transfer them to a few of the other games.
Okay.
So they're saying that this will be the first time you can take Generation 1 Pokemon and put them into the newer ones. But it's one of those things where, like, Pokemon Bank costs something like $5 a year.
Yeah.
But, you know...
It sounds quite interesting.
That's the thing. I think if you're a fan of Pokemon and you're still into it that heavily, like, it's not actually that bad. Do you know what I mean?
I think $5 a year is like, what? I mean, you'll...
Do the math. Go on. I want the number.
No, but I mean, you'll spend...
I want the number.
Like, you'll spend so much... You'd spend that on, like, a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I hear that. And they were saying that so in the UK, the cost of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow is $8.99 each in the 3DS store, which isn't bad at all, really. Like, I know it's a really old game, you can get the emulator, yada yada, but the fact that you can transfer it to the newer game means that you can go back, play the original one. I mean, if you were going to pick one, you'd have to... I feel like you have to pick Yellow, just because in Yellow you can get all 3 starters. Like, you pick them up along the way. You get Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle through the game, whereas on the others you have to kind of pick one. But, you know, it looks pretty cool. They've been speaking about, like, the new legendary Pokemon that was put in some sort of... Again, guys, apologies that you can't see much on the screen, because Nintendo don't like us. And when Nintendo don't like us, they keep taking our stuff down. But there's a picture of this legend, and it looks almost like... I don't know, like some weird Easter bunny that's made out of balls and cogs.
What?
When I say balls, I mean spheres.
Okay.
Yes, but like it looks so weird. Hopefully we'll be able to keep up on the page and it won't get taken down.
My mind took me to a different place. It took me to a different place when you said it's made up of balls.
Well, you just thought it was just like a testicle Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Just, not even balls, just like loads of sacks.
Oh.
Just like.
Do you know what? I'm moving on. I can't believe you. Look, right, there's a Pokemon made of spheres. It looks really weird, but they've mentioned that it's one of those things where, because it's all new, people don't know what starters there's going to be.
Yeah.
So, but it'll be one of those where, like, you can bet your money that it'll follow the same format. There will be one leaf, one water, one fire. Like that's how it'll be. It's always that way. I think it'd be cool if they decided to mix it up and like gave you a choice of like a fighting, a ground, and then like a ghost or a psychic.
Be a different way to play, wouldn't it?
But they won't do
really?
it. Because if it's not broke, don't fix it. And it's one of those games that every year, like I had Jess, she's starting to read and stuff now, so I had her start to play it. She's grabbed the DS, was playing it herself the other day. It's one of those, like, I think it's Spreeze that said it about with Call of Duty. It's one of those games that every year a new generation's old enough to play it, and whichever one they play first becomes their one. So us old fogies who've been playing it from the beginning are like, oh, this is just a bit worn out now. But it's, there's constantly a new generation coming into play, and I think the 7th generation, I am tempted to actually buy it for Jess. Just to kind of, I'll end up playing it myself, but just to kind of, give her a first little game that she can play. That I've never played before, and it's new for her. Do you know what I mean? New for both of us, which would be cool. But yeah, Nintendo seems to be doing quite a lot. I mean, did you see? I think it was Jace that said to us like was he on Google Maps? And then like
with the Link thing.
Randomly Link is on Google Maps. So apparently it's to celebrate the release of The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess HD. So they've teamed up with Google to bring him onto the map service. So if you look in the corner, you can just grab him and you drop him rather than that little yellow man. But I thought it was pretty cool. The thing is, they've done it a couple times, I think, because previously you've done it with that, like when you could find Pokemon on the map. They did that a little while back, and you were just able to look around the map and find as many Pokemon as you could.
They normally have a few little things going on, don't they? Really.
It's just surprising because Nintendo always seem to keep themselves so contained to themselves. They don't really mix outside of being a Nintendo product. But yeah. So they're talking about Pokemon Go coming out later this year. That should be interesting to see how that works.
They're the racists of the gaming world.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it out there. Nintendo are the racists of the gaming world.
Of the gaming world.
They don't like mixing with others.
It is. The thing is, it is weird because even though Nintendo doesn't seem to, like, people generally think it doesn't have the popularity or it can't compete with like Xbox and PlayStation, but it's different. That's the thing. Xbox and PlayStation are competing so much because they're the same essentially.
The thing is, you got to think as well. They dominate the handheld market.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominate it. Like, you can't, like, PSPs, Vitas, none of them compare. Like,
no, and it's strange. It is really strange because again, they don't seem to have this, like the same. People don't have the same regard for Nintendo as they do for Sony or Microsoft, but they've withstood the tale of time.
Yeah.
Back in the day it was Nintendo versus Sega, and Sega died.
Yeah, that's true. They sold off all the. Well, they didn't sell them off. They just put them on every other platform. But it's quite odd when you say that because, like you say, Sega died, and that was just through them not having enough IPs or people supporting it, sort of thing. Whereas Nintendo are just doing
itself.
Just doing it on their. But then if you think about it, it's merchandising.
Yeah.
They must make so much off merchandise.
Thing is, they I can't remember where I read it, but there was something saying about Nintendo trying to create like another partnership and team up with EA, because with the next console they've got coming out, I think they want to try and have a few games that aren't just Nintendo, aren't just Rare, and all that kind of stuff.
I don't want to be that guy, but you wouldn't team up with EA, would you? I mean...
Well, it's that thing like we said before. EA has something for everyone. That's the thing.
But it's that thing...
I mean, think back to, like... It's really stupid because Call of Duty 4 was on the first DS. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But
the thing is... I was going to say, because I've not really touched on Nintendo consoles, what is it like for microtransactions? Because EA will just bring that like with them. I'm pretty sure everywhere EA go, that's all they bring.
It's one of those things where I think with the Nintendo store, what's it called? Like I don't know if it's called the 3DS eShop or something like that. But yeah, with their store, when you get games through that, there's one game that Nicola plays, like a puzzle game called Picross, and they had Picross, so you buy it. It was like a £4 or whatever. But they give you like one puzzle pack, and then rather than giving you a next puzzle pack for the game, they just release like Picross 2, Picross 3.
Oh,
Picross
really?
4. Yeah. So they've done it a bit weird like that. So they don't do microtransactions per se in some of the stuff that I've seen. Also, I don't buy much stuff from the store. I tend to, get my games and play my full games. But I think that they do have some stuff in there that you can end up buying more stuff for, like buying expansions for.
Yeah. Because the thing is with EA, it's that thing where they'll go like, "Oh, you've just paid us for this full game, quote unquote, but here's some like release day DLC, like of a separate story that should have been in the game, but we're gonna charge you.
You've paid for the story of The Legend of Zelda, but here's a DLC for Link.
Yeah,
and here's the expansion pack of Link with a sword. Pay us an extra £2 and you get the shield." But it's funny that we should be talking about EA, because you know how they hold out on us, and like we say with DLC you have to keep like getting more and more and more. So I apologize because I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but John Boyega, so plays Finn in the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Right? He has tweeted to EA Star Wars asking, will the fans get a full-on offline story mode? It's more of an enjoyable way to learn the controls. And then EA Star Wars have responded with, have you had a chance to try the missions? And he's like, yeah, thought it was great, but definitely leaves you wanting to engage within a narrative. And he said, can I visit your base in the UK? So it's one of those where, he's part of the Star Wars franchise, and he's even contacted EA and said, hey, we need a bit more here. Like, what is going on?
Sick of your bullshit, EA. Motherfucking these ain't missions and shit. That's what he should have done. He should have slated the game. It's fucking garbage.
But the thing is, I think he played it really well. Like, having somebody do something like that I feel is pretty cool. Just him to publicly, because he could have went through his channels and tried to talk to somebody like, nope, I'm going to tweet it. So they have to respond to me because I'm like the main character in the new film. You can't ignore me.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if anything does come of that.
And then not slating it sort of thing, just being sort of like, yeah, it'd be better with this.
But I love the way he's just like, can I visit your base in the UK? But from what I can see, I can't see a response. So, no. It's one of those things. They've said that they've got stuff coming, but I think there's talks of like another Star Wars game coming out on its own anyway.
What, as in not?
So I don't know if it's a Battlefront or not, but I think that there is another Star Wars game coming.
I don't think it could be a Battlefront too soon. I think too many people will be pissed off at that. Like,
the thing is, I'm not sure of the calendar for like the film's releases, because they're doing another trilogy, aren't they? So I don't know if it'll tie in with the next one of that, or if it bridges the gap in the middle. If they'll like release it say next year because the film comes out the year after or whatever. But do you know what, Squeak? We're not here to talk about movies. We are not here to talk about movies. Have you seen, Squeak, that Dead Island has a definitive collection coming to Xbox and PS?
Dead Island?
Dead Island, yeah. It's really stupid. So all they're doing... So like I said just then I said that they'll release a game to tide over before the movie comes. They're giving us a definitive collection that comes with Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide, plus a Streets of Rage-esque game that involves punching zombies while side-scrolling. But this isn't Dead Island 2. They've just given us the reshell of the old games, which I think looked good on their own. It'd be interesting to see if they have scaled the graphics that much.
It'll be interesting to see if they've fixed some of the like clunky mechanics of it. Because I think that was the thing that plagued that game, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, it really was. I think what would be nice is what was that woman called? So like Lisa, you give her the water.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. That woman, gosh. She was something else.
But the thing is that I loved is that, see, I did like Dying Light because I felt like it moved forward from Dead Island. It was like a different setting and stuff like that. But I felt like some of the core stuff for me from Dead Island wasn't in Dying Light, because I'm pretty sure it's the same team that made both, wasn't it?
No.
Was it not?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. That is what I was going to say. I thought it was a separate team under the same publisher.
See, this is where a professional would have done a bit of research into whether or not it was made by the... But
Indeed.
moving on. It's one of those where with both games you can play it co-op. There can be 4 of us playing, and we can all go different directions, completely different, like separate parts of the map, doing our thing. In Dead Island, if you find something in this main story, then everybody has to be there. If you find a side mission, you know, you can collect it. If you're on my game, it doesn't matter. You can go collect it, and then we all have it, and then we all do our separate things, and you can hand it in. The problem with Dying Light is that everybody needs to be together for every single mission.
That was a pain.
Such a killer. If it's something as simple as talk to this person, then go over here and pick something up.
And the thing is, as well, even though you can teleport to each other, it doesn't take away that pain. Like,
because it's one of those things as well where I guess like it's a bit of a loophole that us gamers kind of do, where if we've done it before and we're on like a second replay, say somebody's just joined us, you know, I know where the mission is, you know where the objective is, I walk to where the mission is, you walk to the objective, I start the mission, you collect the objective, I can hand it in an instant.
Yeah.
And it takes away that, which I guess is an exploit, but at the same time, like you said, if you're in the middle of doing something, working towards a challenge or trying to get something, I don't know, get to an Easter egg or get an exclusive weapon, but I want to pick up a mission, or I want to see what the mission is, like, I either have to stand there and wait for you to finish what you're doing, or you have to stop what you're doing, teleport to me, and then walk all the way back to where you were. It's ridiculous. I'm hoping that you can go back far enough on my DVR, because I'd really like it if you could find the Dying Light clip of us diving off the bridge, because that's something I loved about the game, was the running and jumping.
I was gonna say, I think I still have those.
The parkour on that was pretty dope. And I don't use that word lightly. That's the first time we've heard me use that on the podcast.
I've either got those, or I've got, like, glitches. Lots.
Oh yeah, because you like went through the ceiling on one bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was on Dying Light, not on Dead Island. That was Dying Light. We're just thinking like, yeah, it'd be good to play, because I did enjoy playing Dead Island. It was a bit annoying how, because everybody'd be so staggered getting on, or there'd be like, say, 6 of us wanting to play, but only 4 spaces in co-op, that you'd end up doing the intro over and over again. And then when a few of you would like move forward, it's that moral dilemma of, do we go back for our friend, or do we just pretend we never heard them? Or do we set the party to private? You know, just stuff like that.
Yeah, or it's not even that, it's the whole, like, you lagging behind level-wise. Like, yeah. So everything just absolutely annihilates you.
It's one of those, isn't it? The game either moves it up so that you're too weak for everything, or you jump in a person's room and then you're just too strong for everything. It's just like, it just takes enjoyment out for the other person when you're just walking along, just strike. Or, you know, you just stand back and just watch them struggling. Like, do you want me to get involved yet?
That's the thing. Sometimes you sort of feel bad for joining in when it's like that, because it's sort of like, I'm just draining all the fun out of this for you. Like, just walking around like a god, backhanding zombies.
Zombie backhands. Bloody hell. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the way they made. I swear they've made it look like it's in like Miami, the next Dead Island. I swear it looked like it was on like some beach, it looked like some Vice City shit.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Where they're in the van and stuff. It looks quite interesting.
I hope that we'll get zombies in cool shirts.
I heard that it's gonna be 8-player, but I don't know how.
8-player?
That's what I heard, but again, don't know how reliable that is.
Yeah.
Because I mean that was ages ago, and I mean, like,
the thing is that'd be really good. I think it'd be quite doable. But my question mark is, aren't they going to have at least 8 separate characters in the game then?
Yeah.
Because it's bad enough that there was only 4 before, and then people would like sort of double up, and then was it Riptide? We had an extra guy that was like Wolverine.
You know what? It's really dumb as well, because it's that thing of like, doubling up isn't really that bad in a sense, but at the same time, doubling up personally just annoys me, because it's like, I'm him. I don't want to turn to you and you be him and I'm him. And then it's like someone turns around and you just got to turn to them and be like, we're twins.
The thing is, what they need to do is they need to find a way to make it so that there's more reason for everybody to be a separate one. So when you look at, obviously I know it wasn't like mass co-op, but when you look at the Marvel game, what was it called? Like Ultimate Alliance. And like on that, everybody had their own separate moves, but when you paired 2 people together, they could do like a team move. So you know, like like Iron Man firing at Captain America's shield, or like Storm putting Wolverine into a tornado, and the Human Torch and the Iceman both doing like their moves would make like this next.
You know the problem is though.
What's the problem, Squeak?
I'll just plain and simple. People are the problem. Because what you're saying is you need an element of teamwork to make each one seem unique.
Yeah.
And playable. But if you're asking for teamwork and you're looking towards randoms, people are stupid.
The thing is, no, I get that, but it's one of those things that when you played Dead Island, what I liked is that you had the roaming of the map, and it was really large areas that you got to roam. But then I liked when you'd have a mission where you'd have to go inside a building, and it would put you in that situation where the four of you were like shoulder to shoulder trying to kill off all the zombies that are coming. And I think that if there was a way to have something that was team-wise, like I don't know what it would be. I can't think how in a zombie scenario that the two of us would have to hold hands and do something at the same time. But it would be good if they had that sort of element to it.
To be fair, like you say, like when you was in the corridors and that, you'd almost be doing that anyway and just kicking away.
Yeah.
Kicking the zombies. Like, yeah.
But yes, I mean that would be cool. And I think it's one of those where, like, if they had, with having that, it'd be a good way to 8 players would be more exciting to kind of see. I guess you could get a lot more done. I just imagine if you had 8 people co-op, in order to make it worthwhile, you'd need like 8 players worth of zombies.
Yeah.
Like a Dead Rising amount of zombies.
The thing is, you can do that really. You can scale up enemies and the amount of enemies, sort of thing. Oh my god, that'd be pretty cool. The amount, like Dead Rising, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you got 8 players, and you'd have to have
or Left 4 Dead.
Otherwise, or Left 4 Dead
running at you. Okay.
Otherwise, it would just be there'd be too many players for the amount of zombies, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be worth playing. Something that was really cool. I haven't tested it yet, and I just thought of it then. Have you tried the feature of Twitch yet with party chat enabled? We finally have it on Xbox. Obviously, PlayStation had it for a while.
Wait, we actually have it?
Right. It was part of the preview program, so when I sent you the link, it was due to be put on that day. So I haven't been on to even test it.
I didn't even notice, or I would have tried it.
So, okay, well that's your project for this week, I guess. We'll report back next week on whether or not it's working. And how well it comes out, because I think that's the thing as well. Like, it's one thing to have the ability for party chat.
If it's rubbish, it's pointless.
I was going to say, it's bad enough when we're in party chat and certain people we can't hear properly, so if it's that same thing, hopefully they'll add a slider to like your party's volume, so you can turn your game volume down and yeah.
That'd be quite interesting for games like Rainbow, say, tactical elements, teamwork.
That's the
things
thing.
Like
That's why it's needed, and it's it's things like when I done a few weeks ago getting everybody to play a game of FIFA clubs. There was like 10 of us playing the match, and it's one of those things where like you could hear us all chatting, but when I was streaming, all you can hear is me. So randomly I'll start laughing because somebody said something funny, and you just look like a crazy person. In short, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's good just kind of hearing people's communication. Like say a Rainbow, it'd be cool hearing like you're watching certain things and you're saying, yeah, Sprees go here, and then the person can actually see that Sprees has said this or Sprees has said that. Because I think the thing as well is like when you're playing, if you're like silent, it looks like, I don't know, like you're aimbotting. You suddenly spin around and run exactly where somebody is and kill them. But actually, you've been spoken to, Yeah. It's been a while since I've watched anything on Twitch, just because of that reason. I quite liked watching people that were playing things on PC and had like their group with them. What's the game? Is there a game called like Kill Tower or something like that?
I'm not even sure.
It was like I've seen it, and it was like this. Basically, what it sounds like is this tower, and there were just loads of mobs sort of coming at them, looking like zombies and monsters, and they were just like shooting them all up. But it was a team, but it was just hearing them all chat and like have a laugh and stuff. Kind of is the reason why I kept watching it rather than watching a person just shooting at stuff on the screen.
Okay.
Because I'm not really one to watch somebody play COD, say. But if there's conversation going on at the same time, then I can watch it. It's different as well to watching the streamer that is talking to a bunch of text on the side that's delayed. Do you know what I mean? Because when you get the ones where somebody is really popular, they're talking, but they're not. It's not personal. They're just.
That's the thing. It's too hard to keep up when you get certain size, but then at the same time, that's what you're aiming for because yeah. Yeah,
I thought that was cool. So Squeak, I'm gonna have to apologize again. I found a really good app, really good, but from what I can see, it's iOS only. I was trying to find it on the Google Play Store, but I can't find it. Now, this app is called Black Box. Think outside the box. It's not racist. I know it says Black Squeak, but calm down, okay? Stick a pin in it for a second.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so Black Box is like a puzzle game, but it's the first one that I've played like that. There's minimal of having to touch the screen in order to do it. So you just have like a grid of
What
puzzles.
do you touch?
You use the functions of the phone, and that's why I think that there might be, I don't know if there is a plan for one on Android, but I think that's why there isn't one, the same app isn't for Android as well. Just because obviously it's tuned into things on iOS. So yeah, so this game just uses a different feature of the smartphone in order to complete each puzzles. And the more puzzles you complete, the more you'll unlock. And so it starts, I think, as you play through, you unlock 35 puzzles. And then there's a puzzle pack that turns up, and that does cost £1.49. I think it's 13 puzzles and an extra hint. It's one of those where, like, I am tempted to buy the extra puzzles for the £1.50, but I want to complete the ones I've got left. I think I've got like 3 or 4 left to do.
Yeah.
It's one of those where if you get stuck, like, you're able to use hints to gain clues, but like one way of gaining the hints is to share the game with your friends, and then you earn a hint for every person that downloads it. So I've chosen to not spam it on Facebook for everybody to get annoyed at me. But for people that are stuck, you know, they can go down that route. I've just said, like, the minimalistic style on it, it's just something that's quite nice. There's not too much going on the screen. You choose a puzzle, then you're met with the square that you have to light up by completing a function that you're not sure of. And then sometimes there'll be like a cryptic visual to kind of tell you what's going on, and you just kind of have to figure out what it is. So there's one that, like, you open it up, and it shows like a wavy line, almost like you're looking at like a sound wave, but it just at the bottom, it peaks on a hill, then comes back down and goes off, and there's 3 boxes. And then there's a line going across it, and we've managed to figure out that the top box was noon. You had to go on the app at noon to get that box. And then there's 2 more on a line. And I went on it today. I've been trying to complete it all week. I went on it today, and it must have been about 4 o'clock. And I realised that I just missed the time to get the second box. We haven't figured out what time the first box is. It must be like 5 or 6 a.m. to do it.
That's quite good.
But it's one of those where, yeah, like me and Nicholas sat there trying to figure out how to do different ones on our phones and stuff, which is pretty cool. And so, like, yeah, although this game doesn't, like, it has a limit to it, like, once you've completed it, it will be done, and you will know how to do each of the puzzles. But, like I've said, it's had me going for days, because there's some that you can't do straight away. One of the puzzles, you have to be on the app for at every hour of an entire day. Not like a 24-hour stint consecutively, but you have to have been on it, you know. When you go on it at 3 p.m, it'll tick it, but then if you don't go on it at 4 or 5, when you go back the next day, you have to try and catch 4 p.m. the next day, sort of thing. So Nicola's got her circle, like, that's pretty filled up, but mine's is just sporadic because I keep forgetting to go on. I think if you wanted to kind of exploit it a bit, you could just unlock your phone, put it on charge, and leave it for a day. But I feel that kind of takes it out of the whole point of the game.
The thing is, at least it doesn't reset it, because that would be a...
Yeah. No, that would be a pain.
How are you gonna get 3 a.m. and 4 a.m.?
So that's the thing. It's
like
one of those things where for people that would just exploit it. But I guess for me, it'd be one of those where. This is the thing that annoyed me is I was going to stay up to watch UFC, but I didn't in the end. And then the next, like, when I woke up, I was like, oh my god, I could have got, like, midnight through to 2 a.m. Like, I could have got those, but I didn't go on the app. And it's just, yeah, it's just stuff like that. Like, it's all completely doable. And I think it's one of those that I like is that you have to try and figure it out. And I know there'll be some people that will be like, oh, I've completed it. But, like, how many did you look at on Google? Because some of these took me ages. There's one that looks like you're talking to Siri, and we're both talking at our phones, and then Nicola's worked and mine didn't, so I'm just there looking at my phone, I'm saying black box, line goes purple, black box, line goes purple, and then it ticked. I was like, oh, finally. It took me like a week to do. So yeah, no, it is really good. I'm going to chuck up like a little written review up on our blog. We have one of those now. But, like, I've really enjoyed playing this game, and I think if you're on iOS, go get it. It's free. You get enough puzzles to keep you going without having to pay the £1.49. I know I said it's like 35 to begin with, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but you'll find that when you're sat there staring at your phone trying to figure out what the puzzle is, it intrigues you enough to keep going. Nicola at first was like, nah, this isn't my kind of game. This is your kind of game. I can't figure this out. And yeah, she's kind of got stuck into it and figured out some for herself and stuff like that, which is really cool. And I've given this one, we've changed the scale a bit. I've given it 8 out of 10. So we're no longer doing out of 5. But I felt like if we did it out of 10, then where we were giving stuff 3.5 out of 5, we didn't have much wiggle room. Whereas we can do like an 8.5 if we wanted to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So given that 8 out of 10, definitely go check it out. I hope it comes out for the Google Store. I hope that on Android they have something that is similar. Because you get some, yeah, Squeak. To do one of the tasks, you have to turn your phone off.
Really?
Yeah. Like you turn your phone off, and when you go back on, it lights up because you had that screen open. You turned your phone off. One of them you have to go through like the menus on your phone and swipe one way, swipe backwards, and then go back onto the game, and it ticks it. It's like it does use parts of your phone, like aspects of your phone you wouldn't expect to use. There's minimal having to touch the screen to solve a puzzle.
Yeah, it does. It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds different.
That's what I liked about it. That's what I liked. It was just really cool, and the colours are really nice on it as well. So yeah, go and check that out. If you don't check that out, you are missing out. There's not very often there's an app that I look at and I go, actually, this is spot on. And actually, speaking about apps, I forgot to mention this. I had some upsetting news recently. I'm trying to think which edition it was back to. I'm like scrolling through. I feel like it was 5 or maybe 6. 6. I spoke about the app Transformers Tactics, Battle Tactics. Now, I've been playing that game since I reviewed it because I quite enjoyed it. There was a message sent to all users saying that the game's closing down in the end of March. They're shutting all the servers off.
I remember you saying that before, you know.
It's just like I can't get over it. I just kind of feel for all these people that must have spent money on this game, and they're locking it off. Should they be allowed to do that? I think that the thing that interests me is I think they've said there's a date they've set that they're doing like a final epic arc, sort of, because every now and again they do like a theme and you play it and you get extra characters. But I feel like they should just throw every single character at people for like the last week. They should just give everybody like millions of the premium currency. If the server's going to close, you might as well fuck it up.
Yeah. The economy of it all doesn't really matter, does it?
No, if it's like got a week left, yeah, just give everybody like unlimited resources. Because the thing that'll be a beast is it'll probably be like, oh yeah, we're finishing in a week, so you can get this character, this character, this character. But when you unlock a character on there, if they're like the highest rank one, it takes 3 days for them to be ready.
Okay, yeah.
So it's one of those just like, oh, you can get all these characters, and then if there's only 2 days left of the game, and you're unlocking a character that's got 3 days to complete, like, you're just getting mugged off, really. But yeah, but that's cool. I just wanted to voice that on the app because it upset me. Squeak, you see the competition, the giveaway, mate?
Yeah.
It's fucking done! We've done it!
I know, I saw.
So, you know, it's been going on for far too many weeks. But Jill Barrett last week was our winner, and she claimed it. I was really frightened that she wasn't going to claim it, because I'm sure she claimed it on like Friday. And I was a bit like, oh my god, she's not going to claim it. But yeah, she did. So when I took it to Jill, many people have been wondering what the mystery prize was. I've taken a picture, so it'll be up on the screen. See, Squeak's editing, so I'm waiting to say the Q word so that it comes up on the screen. I don't know if he's going to, you know, just like put it on at any stage, but I'm hoping he'll put it on now. Yeah. So as you can see, Jill was the winner of a Porsche GT3 RS remote-controlled car. So there we go. I think that wasn't a bad prize. I thought it was really cool how Kendall was really close when she guessed it was a remote-controlled Yoshi or Mario.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there we go. I think as well, Squeak, like, I'm not sure how many we're on at the time of this being recorded, but I'm pretty sure we'll be hitting 1,000 soon. So once we hit our 1,000 total views on YouTube, I guess I'll look in my drawer and find something else to give out.
I was gonna say I might have a look around, see what.
just see what we can give to the people. It's like a car boot. Oh, tell you what, Squeak, we're on 1,001 views, mate. Your review, Squeak's first review, go check it out. Your review, I think, has tipped us over. 1,001 views. This is a good time. So, do you know what? Keep an eye on the Facebook page. We will have another giveaway coming up soon just to celebrate having 1,000 views, because it's one of those things where I guess it's just crept up because we've been so consistent. But this is pretty cool, man. This is where it starts. Just keep going, building up momentum.
I'm just looking around. They got like an empty moisturizer bottle I can.
Oh my god. Do you know what, Squeak? I just feel like it'd be more, like, I feel it'd be safer for our listeners if I just sort out the prize. There's no risk of any foul play that way.
What do you mean?
I swear to God, if we have a giveaway and you give like the winner like some deep heat, like I will just be mortified. I'll die of embarrassment.
Why would I do that?
Because you're Squeak.
Yeah, but why would I give them deep heat? That is the question.
Not going into it. So yeah, guys, new giveaway coming up soon. As I mentioned, Squeak has done our first review. So, we keep saying thanks to them because it's just so great to have the opportunity. Wired Productions, they gave us. We approached them because they've got a game coming up called Super Dungeon Bros, which looks like it'll be kind of like Castle Crashers, but kind of like Happy Wars graphics. It looks like it'll be really cool. So yeah, reached out to them and they were like, oh, we can't give you this at the moment. We've added you to the list, but here, check out this game. So they gave us Tiny Troopers Joint Ops. Squeak did a review. Go check out on the page. YouTube.com/ÜWatt. Squeak, have you got a question this week? Because I can't really think of one. You're really good at this. This has become your thing.
If you could make an animal out of splicing other animals together, what animals would you put together? What would you call it? And what would it look like?
Okay, so to summarize, if you could make a hybrid, what would your hybrid be? What would it do? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so answers on a postcard. Send those postcards into uwhatmail@gmail.com. Get us on the Twitter @uwhat_. Oh, bloody hell, that's a bit of a mouthful. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/uwhatpodcast. We're on Podomatic, uwhat.podomatic.com. Obviously, I'm guessing you've seen us on YouTube, so youtube.com/uwhat. We now have a blog, so with this blog, I will try and keep it updated with the latest video. And when we do reviews, I'll try and have a text version, but if not, it will be the video reviews. So they're there, another thing for you to look at. It is mobile friendly, which is cool. And yeah, that one there is uwhatmail.wix.com/uwhat. And as always, uwhat is spelled UWATT. I hope everybody's had a really good Mother's Day yesterday. I didn't really do much with my mum. I got there, dropped her card off. She was in bed, Squeak.
That's okay. I text my mum Happy Mother's Day, and then I asked her to buy me a mop.
And she said, "Who this? New phone."
Why does she sound Chinese?
Sorry, I don't know. Mo is a woman of many talents.
I mean, what was the accent before that you
I don't
tried?
know. know. She was like, "Wagwan Squeak, what you saying, fam?" I'm sure that's how your mum sounds.
Indeed.
So guys, please, again, I'm just going to advertise again. Check us out on Twitter, @uwhat_. Get us on Facebook, facebook.com/uwhatpodcast. We're on Podomatic, uwhat.podomatic.com. YouTube, youtube.com/uwhat. We have a Wix blog page, uwhatmail.wix.com/uwhat. I almost got that perfect then, didn't I?
Almost.
So close.
But not.
This just seems like a natural place to end it. So I hope everybody's had a good day. As always, I've been Jace, he's been Squeak, and we'll see you next week.
Later.